I'm going to talk to you about how to study for college. And as an academic coach, I hear the same thing over and over again. Is I have really bright students who got great grades in high school, but they sit down in my office and they say, Eric, I never had to study in high school. And now that I have to study in college, I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. And here's the system I teach them. It's called the Core Learning System. C-O-R-E. The C stands for collect. Your first job is to take notes and collect information, but it's not just about going to class and writing down what's on the PowerPoint. What I need you to do is look where all the information is coming from in your class. So yes, what is on the PowerPoint? What did the professor say? What was written in the book? What was on the learning management site? What was in the video that you watched? What was on the study guide that was provided? You look at all those different sources of information, and what they're doing is they're all pointing to, hey, I need you to study this thing. But each of those sources is not comprehensive. And so you have to take the information you learned from all those different sources and you need to combine it into one document, and that's a study guide. So you collect all that information from the different resources and you bring it down into one document, and that leads us to our second letter, O. You organize that information. And when you organize that information, there's a couple things I want you to do. I want you to look at all the stuff that you read, and I need you to synthesize it, which means you're not just copying it word from word, you are putting it in your own language. You need to get away from the academic jargon. That's very, very hard to memorize. You need to put it in words that you personally understand. You need to put it in words that when you try to explain it to one of your friends, they understand what you're saying. And as you are putting things in your own language, you also need to organize the material in a way that makes sense to your brain. You are a unique learner, and so I need you to organize things and put it in your own words in a way that you're like, yep, this concept makes sense to me. And that's what you're doing at the beginning. You're doing what's called concept mapping. You're finding the big definitions, you're finding the big concepts, and you're connecting them together until you create a skeleton of knowledge where you can kind of step back and see what you're studying. Now, here's what happens is a lot of times people start collecting the information and they gather too much information because it's easy to do. You're in biology class and you're covering hundreds of years of material and you're collecting all this information and it gets overwhelming. What you need to do is start off with the basics. Build those concepts, put it in your own language, and just make sure that you understand how all the pieces fit together. And then what happens is as you study and as you gather more information in future study sessions, is that you will start to layer on more detail. So you go from really basic to more and more detailed until you really have a deep understanding of what's happening here. But if you start with the deep end, you will automatically get overwhelmed. So you gather that information, collect, you organize it into a study guide, and then you go to the next step, which is R, recall. You put that study material away. You put away your books, you put away your notes, and I need you to recall the information that you have in your study guide from memory. This is called the testing effect. And basically with the testing effect, you are studying in the same way that you're going to be tested on the exam, which means there's nothing in front of you. And that is the top way to boost your learning. Most people learn through repetition, reread. The problem with that is it's an extremely passive way to learn. And the other thing is you have a crutch because you have the information in front of you, and so you could always refer back to it. And what happens is people are doing repetition studying and they're looking at information A that they already know, and B, they're throwing that information into short-term memory. And when it's in short-term memory, the problem is it feels good because when you're studying, you're like, yep, I get it, I understand this. And then you get to the exam and you're like, shoot, I can't remember this. I recognize the material, but I can't remember it. That's because it's in short-term memory. So to move things into long-term memory, you have to do memory retrieval or recall. You put that information away and you start recalling it from memory. For most students, that looks like going to a whiteboard. Go to a whiteboard and start writing things out from memory. Get to a blank sheet of paper and start writing things out from memory. You should be able to write out your study guide. You should be able to look at whatever concept you're studying and you should be able to go to a whiteboard and explain it out. And if you can't do that, you're not going to be able to do it on the exam. So that's recall, and it's extremely important and one of the more well-researched things. If you want to boost your studying, I need you to put all your information away and call it out from memory. If you're doing math or you're doing chemistry, that looks like solving the problems without looking at your notes. You can't have your study materials in front of you. You need to be able to pull it from memory by yourself. And this leads us to the last letter. E stands for evaluate. And all evaluate means is that you are self-monitoring your learning. You are thinking to yourself, I don't know this very well, or I don't understand this particular concept, or I actually have this section down, I really need to work on the next section. And that's the thing, this is active learning. You're constantly hunting for the areas that you do not know well yet, right? You find that information and you're like, I don't understand this. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to find that information and get myself unstuck until I understand it. And what happens is as you search for that new information, you eventually come across more questions, and then you answer those questions, and then those questions lead to more questions, and your learning curve starts to go up. It's active. It's not just this passive, I'm going to reread. Because when you reread, you don't find your information gaps, right? You focus a lot on things that you already know, and the trap is it feels good. You're like, yes, I'm studying, I'm being a productive student, but all you're doing is rereading, and dumping things into your short-term memory. You need to test yourself. And when you test yourself, you need to evaluate, are you learning what you need to know? Do you actually know this? There's a fancy word for this. It's called metacognition. It's thinking about thinking, right? It's the whole idea that you're like, this is something, I wonder if the professor is going to ask me this question, right? It's that inner dialogue where you're constantly thinking about things. And what happens is you're engaging with the material in a way that's going to embed it into your long-term memory. So that's the whole process. Core, collect, organize, recall, and evaluate.